Hi, it's Matt from Go Green Auto. So here we have a Nissan E-NV200 electric van. This is a 2015 van. It's got the 24 kilowatt hour owned battery pack. And as you can see, it's in red. So very unusual to have a van that isn't white. So this van is an Acenta Rapid Plus. And the Rapid means it's got DC rapid charging. That's a 50 kilowatt CHAdeMO for your quick 20 to 30 minute rapid charge, and the Plus means the AC charging port here is the upgraded 6.6 kilowatt charger. So this van is one owner. It's coming from the lease company Alphabet, but that keeper was Edinburgh University, and could see that because previous sign writing was along the side, the vinyl lettering, and the paint obviously fades where it's not covered by the vinyl lettering, and you could just make out University of Edinburgh down the side. In certain lights you can still see it, but I have polished the panels and actually it's made a really good job of removing it. Normally it doesn't, but there is some scroll marks in the paint up here. And that was from the previous people who ever removed the sign writing. They made a poor job of polishing along there, but anyway, it does look much better now. This van's got parking sensors along the back, which is unusual. These all do have a reversing camera up under here anyway, just there. And just trying to find the handle there. And inside the cargo area, it's all ply lined. It's in really nice condition actually for a van of this age. We can see there the charge cables. We've got two charge cables with this. The Type 1 to Type 2 AC charging cable for when you're charging on a public charging post or wall charger, and the portable charger. That's often called a granny cable, and that allows you to charge the vehicle on a 3-pin main socket. You can see the 3-pin plug there. And over there we got a set of rubber mats which you can put in the front, and it's got new carpet mats in the front which I put in all the vans. So yeah, really clean and tidy. Usually this is a white dirt trap, and a van of this age this will all be a bit messy and rusty and things, but all really good. So the purpose of this video is to show you the condition, and if you see my videos before, you'll know I point out every little stone chip mark or scratch. I don't hide anything, and that gives people the confidence to buy the vehicle from afar without coming over to view it first. But of course you can come and view if you want to, and then I can get the vehicle delivered anywhere in the country, and it will come to you on a flatbed or a trailer. So there's a few things to point out on here. The bodywork from a distance looks absolutely fantastic, really is gleaming. And it really looks smart, but when you get up close there are a few scratches and nicks in the paintwork, and being a red paint they do show up much more because the undercoat is white, so any little scratch shows up much more than it would do than a white painted van. So let's start here and have a look. So I'm going to be super picky, so I'm going to make it sound worse than it actually is. You know, it's the sort of van you look at it and think that's a classy looking van. But as I said, it has got quite a few scratches, so I'm going to point them all out, so it will make this sound rather negative. But anyway, let's go through it. So there is some curbing on the wheel trims, but they're just plastic wheel trims, and you're always going to get that. Looking at this side, there's a little bit of scrapes along that bit of plastic wheel arch there, but quite minor. There's a minor little scratch there. There's a little nick there, and another little stone chip there, another little one there. As I said, there's a bit of minor scratching there where the sign written has been polished out. A few chips along the door edge, which you're always going to get. Fine scratch there, another fine scratch there. Some more significant scratches there and there. A few little chips along the bottom. I would just say... Oh, I dropped the microphone. Right, I would just say I am going to touch these all up. I've got a touch-up stick on the way from Nissan, because this flame red colour wasn't the same colour as another flame red I've got. So that's due in, but I'm filming this obviously before that's turned up, because there's quite a high demand for this, so I thought I'd get the video done. So some of these will be touched up and will look a little bit better. There is a bit of paint missing there. Slight little dent on that little bit, obviously something's caught it when the doors swung open, probably in the wind. Some minor scuffing on that wheel trim there. There's a little bit of a rub there, a bit of paint missing, but again I'll run a bit of paint on there, get rid of the flies. There's some minor scratching on that front bumper, but actually these bumpers are pretty good. Little mark there, that might T-cut out. Looking round the front, it's all pretty good. There's some minor chips down here, one there, and a few little stone chips. A little stone chip there, a little one there. That's about it. The more significant thing on the bonnet is there is some scratching up here, about the size of my hand. I don't know whether the camera's picking that up in this light, but it doesn't look too bad in this light, but in some lights it looked worse. There we go, you can see it there probably. It's an area there's a bit of scratching. But the rest of it's okay round the front. There's a little mark there, again that might T-cut out. A little bit of very light grazing there on the lower part of the front bumper. Some curbing on that wheel trim. Looking down here, there's a few little marks there on the back of the mirror, but it's very insignificant really. Right, so here's where there is a bit more scratching on this side sliding door really, and there's a few here. There's a scratch there, a couple of black marks there, and a scratch there, and some minor scratching there. Bit of chipping along the edge of that door. Obviously this was the door they were loading stuff in all the time, and there's more scratches on this door down there, a couple there, and a few here, and a couple of ones there. That's the worst bit. Again, as I said, I'll run a bit of touch-up paint in there and it will look better, but you're never going to get those gone completely without respraying the door, and it's not worth that. There's some scratches there and a bit of paint missing there and there. Again, a parking rub of some sort. A bit of curbing on that wheel trim. The rest, that panel's all great, as is the back really. I don't think there's anything I need to point out on the back doors. Usually back doors is where it gets the damage, but clearly this van was being used from the side door. There's a couple of little chips there, but that back bumper is all pretty scratch free and looks really tidy, and all ply lined in the back, very clean and tidy in the back. The only thing I would just point out is there's some scratching at the bottom of the door there and the bottom of that door, where obviously they had rather large loads in and they were slamming the doors up against it. But the rest of the doors were really tidy. And then looking on the inside, it's really clean and tidy. So the sun is very low, so there's some quite strong shadows I can see there on the screen. But anyway, Nissan E-NV200s get excessive seat wear because of the height of the seat. You end up sliding in and out of the seat and not lifting your bum off the seat because they're at that sort of strange height they are in these vans. So these vans are normally at 30,000 miles. The seats are completely worn out on the bolster. This one is all good. As you can see, the fabric hasn't worn. It's really tidy. And the foam is starting to wear a little bit on that bolster, but to be honest, it's about the same as one that's done 15 to 20,000 miles. So it's yeah, very good condition, this one. And we can see there I've got new carpet mats on the floor, and the rest of it is all really clean and tidy. And I'll just start it up, and we can see there the mileage is 37,468 miles, and we can see there the battery is charged, and if I use the buttons there, we can see battery capacity there is 12 out of 12 bars. And if I go round to the charge times, we can see we've got two charge times, 3 kilowatt and 6 kilowatt, and that shows us we've got that upgraded 6.6 kilowatt charger. So we've got stereo, single slot CD, Bluetooth, climate control, all pretty standard stuff really. We have got 2 keys, and all very clean and tidy down here. All of the inside really is good. It looks like a van that's done a fifth of the mileage up front. So let's just show you the paperwork. We've got the book pack here with all the books, and we've got the service history book, and we've got some stamps here, another service there and another service there. So the last service, the last thing in the book is 03/2019, but it has had another service because we've got a receipt here. So yeah, no previous keepers, and the registration date is the 27th of the 3rd 2015. We've got MOT certificate. The MOT is until 26th of the 3rd 2021. previous MOTs, and here we've got some receipts. So the date of this receipt is the 12th of the 3rd 2020, and it had a service. And then we've got the check sheet, blah blah blah, battery condition report, and then we've got receipts here for one other service, and then we've got a door mirror glass. So yeah, a couple of receipts for service plus the stamps in the service book, so everything there that you would want to find. And also I've gone through this as well, checked all the brakes, had the wheels off, rebalanced the wheels as well, and gone through and give it a thorough check. One other thing, there is a little dent there up on the top of the roof up there. Taken pictures of everything I've pointed out, all the negative points, so you can go on the photo gallery on the website and zoom right in the pictures and have a really good look in detail. But to be honest, it's all quite minor. You know, vans get used and they get scratches just because you've got red paint on this and the undercoat is white, and the scratches do show up a little bit more than they would have done on a white van. But it's one of those vehicles, you stand from a distance, I'm standing 3 metres away, it just looks really nice, shiny, and it looks a smart van. Just when you get a bit closer you can see those tiny little scratches in the paint. But they will look a bit better when I've got that touch-up stick. Hopefully that'll arrive tomorrow and they will look a little bit better then. So anyway, this vehicle will be ready to go in a couple of days' time. So yeah, I think I've pretty much covered everything, and obviously everything works without any fault, and all the other details are on the website. So if you're interested, give me a call or email.